drop.
2 seconds left. It's going to come down.
Faber making a third as he looks up. Making he finds the drop. Three. Stunning here from
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of a long break, but this game is not going to disappoint, is it, CJ?
I'm looking over at my left at who's in this lobby, and I can't quite wrap my head around it. I can't quite quantize what I'm looking at. Yes, that's not Pingu from Parabellum. Is a real Pingu, by the way, these days. No, that's the Pingu from your childhoods. That's the Pingu from the good days. He's over here now. He has immigrated.
Yes.
To
be with the Noob Slayers, trying to take down ECLECTIQ, who are actually one of my favorite teams in Quals. I like ECLECTIQ a lot. I almost just mispronounced their name, but they've improved a lot. Unfortunately, HiQ left the roster, and in comes MX Reaper, who was a demon on the Inc. roster from stage 1. Guess where we're going, CJ? We're going to Oregon, baby. Your favorite map, my least favorite. Boring, but hopefully this game should still be fun considering the names we've got in here.
This match could be played on Yacht and it would still be absolute peak entertainment.
Oh yeah, because Noob Slayers run a recruit every round.
We have a guy whose name is Recruit Expletive, and it should be Stove. I don't know if Stove gave his account away or if that is actually Mr. Hot Stove. Stove, ex-Canadian Challenge League player, guy, just runs Recruit these days. It's not just a thing he's doing now. That's been his personality trait forever. So since he, I guess, whatever, he went on to do school stuff, comes back, now he plays Recruit. Now he's playing with Pingu. Now he's playing with Dally 2 Swaggy versus a team in ECLECTIQ who is on the series come up. They were in SCS Season 6 like 2 weeks ago. Now they're trying to get back, Connor. They got relegated.
Hey, they put up some good fights against One Shot that were very close. They're a team that came out of nowhere. We were like, who the heck's ECLECTIQ? There's no way that they make it out of closed quals. And then they did, and they come in and put up some really good results, and they were just on the cusp. They were so close. And then down goes HiQ. He walks away from the roster. In comes MX Reaper, who's a very, very, very promising player on the upswing. And this roster could definitely do some work. And on the side of Noob Slayers as well, you have Trist, who's been an underrated player that always seems to get the short stick and always seems to get a little bit of slack, but of course other people are like, oh yeah, Trist sucks. I don't think he's that bad, and hopefully he can prove some stuff today.
I was gonna comment on that one because I think I saw a Twitter thread from this guy. Okay, he said
he's hungry.
He said I went 0-12 and people still hold it against me. He's playing with Pingu now, so clearly not.
Does he beat him in a go forward? That's the lore of this. The lore of this Noob Slayers roster is that Pengu lost to them in a go for so badly he had to put NA on blast on Twitter. Then he joined the team. If you can't beat him, join him.
I mean, that's how it goes, right? I mean, also, yeah, he lost, deservedly so. Pingu, do you have any idea who Vipoa is? Vipoa is like, okay, like I'll watch like the FPL streams when FPLC was still a thing. Vipoa was always top fragging. He was always, I was like, Vipoa's up there. He's one of those names. I'm gonna see him somewhere eventually. Clearly, he's somewhere now. He's like, this is it. He's a king noob slayer now. I mean, he literally lives up to the name. He slams noobs all the time. I want to see him now against an organized team. Stakes through the roof right now. SCS Season 6 Part 2. They're trying to qualify for it. Well, we are seconds away from starting probably the greatest Oregon game you're ever going to see. Because, listen, this could be on Yacht. It could be on freaking the old Oregon. It doesn't matter. This would be a great game to watch. This is peak comedy. Yeah. And I can't wait to see it.
We are going straight into the game because everybody's ready. We got some bans. What do you think these bans could be on Oregon? I'm really racking my brain.
Can you ban the recruit?
I don't think you can ban recruit.
Well, that's a problem for ECLECTIQ. Let me tell you.
Apparently Mr. Tuffy Stove starts popping off.
And he's not just like a recruit, like, oh, he just runs in and dies.
No.
He plays it like the recruit has a legitimate loadout. that
Mhm.
Stove genuinely believes is essential to success.
I mean, you get barbed wire and a nitro.
And on attack, you get nades and flashes. You get claymores and whatever. You
You
can
can
mix.
burn for yourself.
It's ridiculous.
The Thatcher Flores ban, not surprising so far. Those are both the operators that let you just take utility and go whoop right around it. No need for burn. They're very strong on Oregon. Probably what, Valkyria?
Can't wait. I don't even care. Start the Gallic. I just can't wait. Mira, of course, banned, you know. Mira makes things very awkward.
Funnily.
Especially for teams that have done their dry runnage. Valkyrie is going to be the last ban. And well, we all know how Valkyrie can Z-ping and do what she likes. Cause all kinds of runouts and assistance that you can give your teammates based off of a Valk camera. And oh my god. Wait till y'all see it. Yes.
You got the recruit, the big salute.
You know what I love? I love how the recruit has these ashy lips coming out of his mask. You see that?
Yeah, they're like the exact same lips.
He's got these ashy chapped lips and he's just saluting like, yo. I love it. And of course, Pingu is in the lobby. That's happening.
Yeah, I mean, but that's our secondary concern.
Yeah. I mean, look at his kit. Oh wait, we can't see it yet. But Stove, aka Recruit.
Probably what?
He's gonna
L8?
have a fun kit for
Probably
this.
the L8 kit.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the L8 with the SMG. It's a strong kit. It's valid.
It's the
And
SMG
against all this
12,
burn.
correct?
Believe so. And the CZ. No, it's easy.
Yeah, it's the CZ. You're correct. I knew it was not the SMG 11 as a machine pistol. That's what I knew.
I think the defensive one has the SMG. It's they like made it kind of confusing because
It's a
you
red
could
dot
just
SMG 11.
it used to be you could just pick whatever, right? Like you could just pick, but you couldn't pick your scope. But now they've given you a set competitive lineup of a red dot compensator, for example, as one of the combinations that you can use. And of course, more importantly, on looking at the burn on the defense, they have Jaeger and Mai. The recruit can technically bring. Yeah, as you said, they can
He's
burn
5
themselves.
projectiles.
That's more than anybody. Not even Zof can do that.
Yeah, Zof only
As
has
long as you
4.
can handle that his L85 does not have a grip. I mean, you are set. You have a competitive operator.
Yeah. And then they even took it away that you no longer only have one reinforcement because it's pooled. Like, there's no downsides besides primary
downside.
utility.
It's a legitimate operator. He's
Yeah.
an entry flex
Versatile.
Watch, all in one.
Well, for the side of Noob Slayers, they're already getting a good amount of map control pretty quickly. Not a whole lot of pushback on the side of the Eclectic defense. Very bunker heavy, except Duke, who's up towards the T1 stairs. Probably just going to try to shoot a couple of drones before falling back, as, you know, the rest of his team, they're just chilling. For Noob Slayers, they're droning. They're making sure that there's nobody in rat corners before they start opening up hatches, which will be most likely Vapoa's job, because Ace is not that good at opening hatches.
Okay. There's better options. Of course, obviously, his site choices are limited. He only has the hollow. So he's holding a very brave angle with such low magnification. And he still has full utility, and honestly, he's pushing he's in a brave spot. He's already crouch walked up. He might just go for a push right into the site instead of burning. Pingu with the opening kill of the match onto MX Reaper. Never thought I'd say that in my life, let me tell you. Goons and Semi have something to say about it, though, as Pingu is starting to plant the recruit and coverage. And, well, Duke just swings the double door and gets 3 and absolutely shuts down that attack from the Noob Slayers. Even though it honestly was looking pretty optimistic up there until Duke had something to say about it. They were moving quick. I don't think they did any burn game. They just said, all right, let's do this. Let's plant. Duke was just nasty.
Yeah. And that's what happens when you eventually have to funnel in, and really well played from Duke to just pop off in one of those positions.
And goons.
And that's why bunkering basement is pretty good if you have utility. Seems like the coordination from Noob Slayers wasn't quite good enough. Ah, see, Trist already making those excuses. We gonna see a Twitter thread of those? Nope. It's Dolly switching to the 150. The good old Zof LMG that everybody just says is so incredibly broken. Even as far for some pros to say that even if the Zof AR was brought back in its prime, its best iteration, people would not switch off the LMG.
You think so? There was literally a phase forever ago. I think it was Sexy Cake in LATAM. He brought the LMG and everyone started running it. Like way back when. And then it died off like really quickly. Almost as quickly as it came on. And then obviously it has a resurgence again. But there was a period where people could have used it and it was actually genuinely a weapon. They just didn't. Maybe that speaks to how overpowered the AR was. Or just how flexible it is, but you see Goons is in honestly a very painful position because look at Recruit has 2 grenades as his gadget. He also have the Mav with grenades, and you have Trist with that's 6 grenades that can come in from below here onto this Jaeger. Obviously, he's on a reinforced hatch. Depending on whether, you know, they pop the floor a little bit, maybe do some fragmentation on the floor, which is actually...
He has a secondary shotgun.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Stove could just do that. What? Okay. I thought he was going to shotgun the floor so the nade could come up onto the hatch. But I guess he's just going to opt to nade from the window. Obviously, he can. The Recruit has a lot of burn. And you're going to see it firsthand here. Awkward gunfight for Goons. And he's going to go out. Actually, from the grenade from below is actually going to down him. And, of course, the Recruit can finish him off from there. And this is actually a really complex setup overall. Obviously, you've got the rotating master, which is there to support that player in armory. But Goons is as good as dead.
Yeah. Unless Semi tries to get jiggy with it, but most likely he will not. Mr. Stove has repelled in and finished off poor Goons, but at the cost of 1:15 and quite a bit of utility. 4 nades, 5 nades already gone. And sure, a little bit more damage over towards Semi, but other than that, it's still going to be hard to get rid of shields if they were on not destroyable areas like inside a pit, which yes, we do have a Goyo shield that potentially could be rotated over towards the pit door, but when you take Dolly out of the question, Z would land a nice shot from distance. Potentially this Nitro Cell from Semi could cause a lot of damage over towards Trophy, which is where Noob Slayers, based on their attack, are probably going to start going for their execute. You have a player over outside on the balcony. You have Trist on Jin window. You have a couple more people rotating over towards big window. And depending on kind of where the next opening for Noob Slayers comes in, I assume there will be an IGL call. A Semi, he'll drop down the Recruit. Poor Stove got cooked as the final nade of the attack will sail and nail no damage.
A lot of people repelling and holding angles at this moment in time, and ECLECTIQ is just kind of sitting, waiting for them to make their move. Obviously, the cheeky little C4 over is just that. It's just gravy, and you get another C4 from below, from MX Reaper and Z. Don't forget about Z. We're talking Pingu and the Recruit. Z is one of the more spectacular names in this lobby, alongside MX Reaper, and ECLECTIQ will take 2 rounds in a row to start their defensive half. Whew. He's pretty good. Remember, our critical point was just MX Reaper. You know, we didn't even say anything. We just said his name.
Yeah, because that's all they need to say. Which some people like Harrison Crowbroder has said MX Reaper is Mexican Reaper. No. It's because as a child and teenager, he was really into motocross. So MX. Motocross Reaper.
And well, we're seeing obviously a tertiary site because ECLECTIQ's looking to go around the world here. In addition, oh, I thought they were gonna stick the Rook. Do it. Oh, he's gonna go castle, I guess. We're gonna have a castle, and of course that Echo on this kitchen side, I believe. Or is that meeting? No, it's meeting. Either way, both of them are pretty strong final destinations for Echo. You can use them to deny that stage plant was dying. Use it to deny plants. There's Echo has ubiquitous use across either tertiary site on Oregon. And obviously that's something Noob Slayers has to deal with. You have a Recruit in the lineup. You don't have an IQ. We've seen that come out at times for certain teams, mainly in Control in the past. That's not going to be the case, and obviously they're going to have to rely on their 20/20 eyes, those gamer glasses, to see those drones on the ceiling, and obviously time management, which honestly has not been necessarily an issue for Noob Slayers. They've kind of moved quickly. They didn't have problems. They didn't have problems with the Jaeger and Armory last round. They didn't have problems pushing into Laundry the first round. It just seems that obviously ECLECTIQ is a solid team that's been together now. They've got an event. They have stage 1 under their belt. They've become a grizzly team thanks to SCS. And obviously, those haphazard pushes at times aren't going to necessarily work against a team like that all too often. At least not through these first 2 rounds. Let's see what Noob Slayers has on the menu here. Probably a default stage take, but obviously that stage wall is some Swiss cheese. And they're going to open up Attic first.
I mean, getting Attic open immediately, because there's no anti-breach on the side of ECLECTIQ, will be strong, because as soon as you can get that hatch open or you can force everybody back out of pit, you can really take control of almost the entirety of meeting, which, you know, for this bomb site, is a bomb site. You can just get into stage, you can plant, you can clear out the rat corners over towards sandbags or behind the church pews, and then you can go for your plant. Then post-plant, you have all that control up above, as well as, you know, outside the breach and wherever you want to play inside a big tower. Flashbangs, they're already coming out. Z feeling a lot of pressure. The hot yokai drones trying to gather any intel. But more than anything, it's just going to be Z trying to just take a gunfight sooner rather than later. We've seen what he can do with a nice gun in his hand as MX Reaper is going to fall to the DBNO state. Stove, he'll finish off Z, and that's a good opening frag. Potentially 2 for none on the side of ECLECTIQ's defense. Make that essentially nothing. Absolutely nothing. Goons pushing all the way through. Seems to have the idea of exactly where this player Goons is. He'll flash him out in super shorty. Okay, Stove. That's that former Canadian Division experience coming out.
So confident into, like, I'm going to flash this. I'm going to pull the Stubby out. All right, Stove. Just runs in and takes care of the Jaeger, who was trying to wrestle back control this round for his team with MX Reaper, who previously got downed by that LMG from the Zofia. And Semi, who I'm not sure how many Echo drones he actually has still available. I hear one buzzing above us right now. Semi will go down, so that doesn't even matter. It's a moot point. Pingu will likely go for this plant any second now, and there it is. MX Reaper trying to make something happen, walking up towards Attic to maybe go for a retake. But this is not looking good for ECLECTIQ. Duke gets kill on the Dally, but he's instantly traded by the ace, Pingu. And the recruit will go down. The flank watch recruit as Pingu will as well. This is a winnable 1-versus-1 for Trist. Or rather for MX Reaper against Trist. But of course, looking at the health, I would be stunned if Trist could not land one shot with the ARX. I guess a castle has no idea where he's just kind of walking around.
Yeah.
MX Reaper's search ghosts right now. Trist is playing it perfectly, playing it patiently, and there it is. The body shot. And the first round for Noob Slayers on the tertiary side. Heart attack, though, at the end. I mean, he almost had a worst gun in the game moment.
Yeah, we almost did, and that would have been almost poetic. But instead, Noob Slayers, they're first on the attack. Or for their attack. Not just their attacks. First one on the board, and right now, if the result holds, I mean, a 4-2. Not horrible. Not horrible at all. That's kind of what you expect coming out of Oregon. And now that Noob Slayers have seen the defensive setups of ECLECTIQ, unless they really go down on the strat pool fully in. As you know, they have been a team for a little bit, so maybe they got some pocket strats for different strategies, or we're just going to see the brilliant big brain IGLing of Pengu try to dissect exactly what they saw. All the utility, mainly that shield over towards Gold Hall where MX Reaper is currently standing. That was rough. That was a very, very powerful position that really punished Noob Slayers.
So we're seeing a downgrade to Ash.
Yep.
So obviously we just
No
talked
more
about how Recruit has 2 explodies, right? Ash doesn't have flashbangs anymore. You can't throw breach charges and clear stuff, apparently. Not in this version of Siege. So you're actually losing burn for Noob. I cannot believe that they're going to go backwards. I thought they were ahead of the curve, but they're actually going backwards. They're regressing to the mean. We have this default Ash now, which, I mean, considering how ECLECTIQ clearly has brought Jaeger to Omai just about every freaking round, and clearly have a significant emphasis, as you should, on Oregon, is keeping your utility up, keeping those power positions online as long as possible using those catchers. But I guess Noob Slayers felt they could get more mileage out of the Ash. Maybe Stove thought he could get more out of the zoom on the G36. You've got Duke pulling a Butters. Look at him. Hiding under the default.
Or is this a moment that, like, Stove is like, you know what? I'm sick of it. We can beat these guys. I don't want to lose. Moment. No more recruit. I'm waking up.
I mean, I genuinely think it's moderately viable. Wow, that's nearly an opening kill for the Ayana, but Duke honestly got out of that a lot more health than he should have.
Yeah. ARX, it hits like a truck, especially on the body.
He's going back for more. What? Duke is going back for more. They had a little bit of a gunfight.
He is
still
very, very
here.
comfortable. And very, very confident, because it does seem like poor Vapoa is the only person inside of meeting, and it says he's going for the hatch. Could be quite vulnerable. Now that Goons has been droned out, Dali will get a free kill onto him, but not before the Ash of Recruit Stove falls at the hands of the main man, Duke. Now this is kind of where the attack fell. Pretty hard last time. It was the stall out in the transitionary period, but the transitionary frags have definitely gone in the way of Noob Slayers. They know the positions of ECLECTIQ, and they're just shooting them like fish in a barrel.
It started with Goons kind of maniacally sitting under the sink, and now forcing Z and Semi to do something crazy. Well, that's a good start. A nasty headshot on a Dali with that red dot. Looking for more. But it's Pingu on that AK-12 is going to come out on top of that engagement, at least for the time being, at least in terms of raw mathematics. You've got the smoke pushing up and freeze run of Vipoa. That makes this a 2 versus 2. And with the where did Trist come from? Works his way into the site, and I bet you this smoke has no idea. Gives himself away, though, with the little whoop, a shot, a tap. And now Semi knows to not peer on the corner too wildly. And, of course, you've still got Z waiting for Pingu to swing around the corner. And, well, Pingu, I don't know if he had EU ping there or what. And, yes, Trist will finally find Semi and Noob Slayers for the second round in a row. They're going to take it. That one a lot more improv than previous, but they still get it done.
Yeah, they're getting a little bit loose, and Trist was the player in meeting that rotated down at the right moment and did a pretty good job on that backside pressure. And sure, he just cut off and isolated out both positions. Both players had a 1v1, and they both won them. And sure, it got a little bit freaky. It got a little bit scary with Z just swinging with that AUG, letting it sing towards Freezer on those long angles. But at the end of the day, the refrag, the numbers game, it was nice. And Noob Slayers with their second attack, and they're definitely coming alive. As soon as ECLECTIQ have shown a look, it was good adjustments. They no longer went for that laundry push. They went for more of a Freezer, more traditional take with just enough pressure on the backside for that late hit that Trist was able to deliver. And it worked out.
We're talking about 2 rounds here, 2 wins here or there. Of course.
That's all you need for a successful attacking half.
You don't win this tournament, more importantly, this week. You can try again next week, of course. Both of these qualifiers are part of our Winter Championship across multiple games, NerdStreet, SCS, etc., etc. You sign up for Qual 1, which is currently going on right now. Let's say you lose. You sign up for Qual 2 as well. You don't have to pay the full price as if you had only signed up for 1 Qual out of the 2. But yes, we believe in multiple chances around here at SCS. And of course, ECLECTIQ, they're taking full advantage of that. They were in stage 1. They're trying to work their way back, but Noob, a team of Avengers we never thought we'd see in a million years, is standing in their way right now. And they clearly, on this second go-around of the circuit of sites, ECLECTIQ is more on the back foot than when we started this match. Seems like Noob Slayers is more comfortable. They're back to the retreat, thank
reading.
goodness.
They're using the experience. They don't have just one experienced player, they have 2. And then Dolly, Tristan, Vapoa, they've been around the block in the T3 scene. Whether it be in 10-mans or in leagues or in quals. They know what's going on. They know these guys that they're playing against.
10 seconds left.
And for the side of ECLECTIQ, They need to cleanse. I would say this is a very, very pivotal round for the defensive side. Don't necessarily want to say game-changing, like if they lose it, they lose the entire game, but no, those stakes almost could be applied. Very important.
It would be very telling if ECLECTIQ loses this round, not only since this is just a straight-up redo, but also the fact that, you know, first round was so... It was so, I guess the first time we saw it, it was very decisive from the attack. And this, honestly, more of the same. 2 attackers pushing down the tower stairs, though nothing crazy is going to come up. Triss was just going for a...
almost got that free kill, though.
Almost.
That was a good read.
You're just going for a cheeky peer into the pillar, which obviously can go one of 2 ways sometimes. Sometimes you just die early like a Muppet. Speaking of it, that'll be Dali, actually, because they're trying to clear T3, and they're clearing it in the most haphazard way I've ever seen. Vipoa just swings in on Goons. Thankfully for the Maverick, Goons emptied his whole load on Dali. And Recruit is still outside. So I don't know if... They said... I could have swore he said timeout, and he's still taking his timeout. He's still not back. So that's something. He needed a...
No, I just know what he said in Spanish in chat, and it's really funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't taken Spanish in a minute.
Yeah.
All I know is the guy on Recruit is still outside. He's literally just now leaving spawn in 1:30.
Hey, he was droning.
Yeah,
Not droning T3.
I mean, that would have been like the perfect moment for the Recruit to just throw a bunch of grenades and stuff in, but he's just AFK. So I mean, either way, we're at a 4v4. And well, the defense not feeling nearly the same amount of pressure again. I was trying to talk about how the first attack, and honestly maybe even the second, were really decisive from the attack. Uncharacteristic for the basement. Usually you see a lot of just, you know, hesitation, but looks like we're seeing more of that this round. More hesitative push. Maybe it has to do with the AFKing, but obviously ECLECTIQ playing it well, playing it patiently, not giving anything away.
Yeah, last time the free picks were what Noob Slayers worked over towards Freezer's side. Got a little bit of over-aggression, but MX Reaper, that's a little bit of over-aggression as Vipoa is going to punish him from that back T1 stairs. Triss is going to try to toss this nade in unison with Vipoa, but both of them find nobody home. But Triss just drops straight in. Z will punish that, making it all even on the man count as Duke inside of Harry Potter does a vanishing trick and pops up right behind. The refrag from Pangu will go and make sure that the damage is not completely horrible. It can be salvaged, but
what?
Stove hits an absolutely wonderful shot onto Z. Now it's just up to Semi in a 1v2. There's only 10 seconds left. These players, they can't go for a plan. It's against a smoke. Instead, it's going to have to be a double swing straight up gold haul in the trade game. Once again, played phenomenally by Noob Slayers, who now take 3 in a row.
You saw there how Trist actually sprinted when he got in a pillar. He started sprinting. He kind of lost a gunfight to the Y, and then you see the stark contrast to Pingu, who's just ADS that whole time he's walking down the hallway. And I don't know if Pingu's still on toggle aim. I don't know if that's still a thing. I remember it used to be a huge topic of conversation, but you can just see the discipline there.
I still remember when... Do you remember Junior on the old Wichita Wolves roster?
I don't know. Is he still in purgatory on the...
Sub role? No, I'm talking about like the old SCS, like the Team Bone. Yeah. He played on toggle aim and then swap, and his first game was the most hilarious thing I've ever seen. Switching from toggle to hold aim. It was so funny. Yeah. Every single time we spectated him, you would see him like half zooming in, like trying to take gunfights. It was hilarious.
It's definitely something where you have to have your inner chakras fully established.
You gotta open up the 7th gate of joy.
And you have to like stay committed to it too, because right in that moment, like for example, there's a lot of people who like to sprint, who like to be mobile and nimble and athletic. Toggle aim sometimes doesn't make you feel like that, but obviously there's situations where, you know, you're pretty darn aware and gun up, which is always, at least when we're talking world caliber players, always a good thing. So I don't know if Pink is on it though. I'd like to hit exclamation point sense in his chat and figure out.
Yeah, but unfortunately he's not live. So we can't do that.
Yeah. Thank goodness. Tragic. He'd steal every viewer. Just kidding. Someone just died. Mute died off. RIP. They're just rushing into dining.
Wow.
Noob Slayers, that is. The site's not dining either, by the way. They just Comanche cleared that roam.
Mm-hmm. That's huge. That's both nitros off the board. And now you see Goons, you drone him out, you get another free frag. All of a sudden, there's nothing. This is not a good round for ECLECTIQ. They are falling apart, or more so, you would say Noob Slayers just, they have the proper reads. They understand exactly what's happening, and they're adjusting perfectly on their attacks. Golly, he's just swinging with the LMG. Sure, there's going to be a kill from Dookie, but immediately refragged, leaving just Z in a 1v4 and shotgun again.
I mean, we have 2 kills. I think I've seen 2 kills with that shotgun in my entire career
and I've
in the
seen
game.
2 of them here.
He's got 2 just casually, so confidently. But, well, that was a salvage attack half for Noob Slayers. That went from 2-0. Oh my god, ECLECTIQ's for real. They're business. They're serious business. They've got the suit and tie. All of a sudden, Noob Slayers just comes in and says, all right. I'm going to end your hopes and dreams right now. Because now they're going into defense with a strong lead after that attack half. And even if we do make it to overtime, Noob Slayers has to be feeling good about their prospects attacking, even if it gets to that point. So ECLECTIQ really has their backs against the wall now.
Yeah, a 4-2 attacking half on Oregon almost makes you feel like you're invincible. There's nothing you can do, and you would have to do a tiny bit, a tad of tomfoolery or trolling or throwing, whatever T verb you would like.
Tomfoolery. Speaking of it, Recruit Watch, hashtag Recruit Watch. We have a M870. He almost certainly has a secondary SMG, by the way. So just think he's running around like old recruits where you could do that, but you only have a pistol. The new recruit's actually stronger, and that you get that
shield
and an SMG.
and nitro.
You get it and a shield and a nitro. Like, that's a legitimate kit right there, baby. And obviously they don't have the Wamai. I mean, maybe they could have dropped the something for a Wamai. That would have made this lineup perfect. But obviously the recruit, you lose out on the Wamai. Ioniclone going to go down, and Trist is extremely confident right now. He's fighting like 5 attackers there, drone and everything. He's going to lose his life for it.
Yeah, that's one of those plays that you apologize to the squad for. Right
That's
after.
a heat check.
Yeah, that is indeed a heat check, and he bricked that 3.
He just like it's like you're playing 2K. You're just taking shots.
You got your
just
takeover badge, and you're trying to pull up from half
Yeah,
court,
like-
and you just airball it.
Like, come on now. You don't need to fight small tower at 2 minutes and 40. But obviously, Noob Slayer's confident. They should be. They just had a strong half. The recruit.
Hey, but then again, had he hit it, we would have praised him and been like, "Oh, look at the aggression." It's so
yeah,
good."
that's how this works.
That's how it works.
Instead, I'm gonna call him a noob. He's not the Noob Slayer. He's the noob.
Yep.
The recruit just got a C4 shot, and he's aggressively playing this because this is one of the best shotguns. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna crown it the best shotgun in the game.
I still think that the French shotgun is better.
I think the recruit one's better. The French one's on fat operators. That's the recruit is nimble, and so is the German operator. So that's how I'm deciding the shotgun is the best. And he's still holding this position. I mean, why wouldn't he? He would one-shot any of these guys from just about any range.
Oh yeah.
It's that ridiculous. Watch. I wouldn't give it up if I was him.
No. I mean, a 1-for-1 there with how little time. The only thing would be that, hey, you don't have man advantage, but Vipoa, he solves that. Down goes Duke. This attack is slowly shaping up. A minute to work with as a Stove will fall off that position. Instead, just holding long on shields with the SMG-11. That's pretty much what everybody on the Noob Slayers defense is doing. They're just sitting here. They're waiting. They understand that, hey, we can just chill. Maybe not chill that much. I think Z caught Stove overpeaking just a little bit. For him to die on that shield, whether it was burned and destroyed, I did not hear any explosives. But Goons nearly missed his shots on the Malusi of Vipoa. That could have been a huge opening that the attack needed, but instead, the Malusi will persist towards this execute.
Aggressively holding down this angle, and Z's not going to check it. Hey, that's very brave, and Pinky still wins that fight. And well, we're in even 3-3, 20 seconds. Goons just ends Vipoa. But Pingu's still holding down this position. He's caught reloading though, and the plant's gonna go down. Dally, pushed way back in pillars, is gonna have to work the clutch of gods. And that's not going to happen. ECLECTIQ has something to say about the confidence from Noob Slayers, and that they will not be disrespected by a small tower roam or a recruit.
They will not go quietly into the night.
At least not yet.
Not yet.
That was basement. Let's see how the Dorm's defense looks. Because they're just not going to try it again. I mean, you know, I feel like it would have went a little bit better if they had a Jaeger, maybe even swapped an operator or two, but they're just going to swap the whole site. Sometimes you just need to take out the garbage, I suppose. And that's what they're going to do. Just going to change the whole site. Paint the walls a different color. See what they can do.
Yeah, right now, maybe if Noob Slayers have been able to establish a little bit more on the roam, and once again with Stove, if he was gonna go no kill, maybe it still would have been better for him to try to go 1-for-1 up close with a shotgun instead of over peeking with the SMG-11 from range. It's a little bit easier to hit somebody sprinting at you down the stairs as opposed to from range with a red dot compensator on the SMG-11. That thing's shooting to the heavens immediately.
Yeah, that's hard even for... I mean, he don't play no mo. But shout out to Baka. He didn't run red dot, but he ran the comp on the SMG-11. So it's doable. And he was pretty good at it. We're talking CACL players. Baka is another good one. Gone too soon. Trist once again looking to do something crazy. It looks like he's on a default. With impacts in hand, he could just pop the door any second and be out there. It looks like he's going to opt to do the wiser thing and just kind of rotate away. Play for the late round and look, this position here. Bolo. Or dresser or whatever. Close left. Whatever your stat calls it. The recruit is sitting here. And obviously, once again, another really strong spot for that shotgun. But once more, they don't have Wamai. As a, you know, maybe that's the trade-off. But that stuff's going to get burned very easily. And obviously, that position's going to be hard to play, especially considering he got tagged up quite a bit somewhere along the line there. So this is an interesting development. Look, it's already getting blown up. You see the lack of Wamai is hurting Noob Slayers significantly. That's a huge power position. They're probably not going to be able to play. And obviously, look at how weak Attic is. Just 180S for Vipoa.
Poor Vipoa. Now, since he's crossed to that left side, he's in a 1-for-1 position. He gets a kill. He will not escape with his life unless ECLECTIQ are not playing their trades properly. But more than anything, he has a nice nitro position, which as soon as he hears these drones coming through, and now he is droned out, somebody on the side of ECLECTIQ might think a little bit less of pushing them straight in, but instead it'll be 2 nades. You don't got to push them. You can just throw those projectiles, and this with your whole team getting 2 kills, almost 3. It's a barrage of frags.
Jaeger just isn't enough. Pingu will swing back and kill Semi. And that's one of the players' Attic, though. I'm pretty sure there are multiple. Pingu's just killing everybody. I think that's both players' Attic going down, but he doesn't anticipate that the Finka will just push in a trophy and then perhaps walk back out, walking back in, kind of deciding his options. Trist doesn't necessarily hear the player on the gym repel. I'm not sure what happened there. A lot going on. His Finka's saying no sound. Yeah, I bet, because there's just no way he would do that if he heard the Finka, but he probably didn't. And we're 4-4.
Yeah, all of a sudden, this went from Noob Slayers are in a really good position. They were in the driver's seat to they got hit GTA style, punched in the mouth and thrown in the trunk. ECLECTIQ with Z, MX Reaper, Goons, Duke, and Semi. It's their drive now. They're behind the wheel. It's their car. They stole it.
It's like Noob Slayers was having a really fun car meet.
Mm-hmm.
And then ECLECTIQ came in with like the jet and bombed it.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're 4-4. Pingu is more than carrying his weight. You know, I think he's earned his right to tweet about T3. He's 10-5. He's on hard support, by the way. He's been playing ace and planting, and he's got more kills than everybody. I don't think this lineup is the most optimal. They're still going to... I mean, we just watched 2 grenade kills last round, where...
Almost 3.
Yeah. I think OMI would help a little more in the... Or... you go all in, and you add the OMI in the... They're not doing that. So it's seemingly less optimal, in my humble opinion. And as a result, I mean, this isn't even an opinion. ECLECTIQ's getting a lot of nade kills. ECLECTIQ's taking a lot of control really quickly. That would ordinarily be a lot harder if there was a catcher. And Trist will go down. Speaking of the catcher, he will catch a bullet to the face.
That's why you don't peek MX Reaper. Now that's 2 rounds out of these defensive sides that Trist has died within the first 20 seconds.
That time was a little less fortunate. He's just on main stairs. MX Reaper is MX Reaper, so he shoots the classroom window and just domes him. Yep. That one was a lot less ridiculous than him standing at small tower. But nonetheless, a death is a death, and it counts. Our stats team counted that as an opening death, regardless of how it happened. And once again, Noob Slayers are going to have to contend and try to convert in spite of that.
Yeah, Stove still on those back stairs, sending some shots towards the wall, making Duke contemplate, hey, should I push this? Kind of shooting. Kind of scary. They don't know if that's Pengu on the SMG-11 getting aggro, getting athletic, who's been frying them all day, or if it's somebody else, which hopefully for their sake they'll eventually realize that it's once again the M870 SMG-11 combination of Stove trying to cause some mayhem. Once again, playing pretty far back, could aggress towards Laundry as soon as he hears maybe the barricade get punched or shot down, because there's only one. If that aggression is going to come out of the ECLECTIQ attack towards the front side, doesn't quite seem like it. A lot of back-centric focus over towards Pillar, over towards Tarps. A lot of drones on this side of the map now spotting out Vapoa and Gold Hall. About to swing Freezer if he gets the call with that crossfire established by his team.
I vividly remember a game where Duke walked down tower and absolutely obliterated a defense single-handedly. So he's more than capable of doing that from that position he's currently at. You see the Finka MX Reaper crouch walking up. Was he spotted? Was he not? Oh, Vapoa just 0 overall awareness there. He gives himself up to that angle, and Dally gets smoked too, and ECLECTIQ just instantly flawlesses this defense. And well, Noob Slayers went from on top of the world to scrambling for answers, trailing to ECLECTIQ.
Yeah, ECLECTIQ have woken up, and the way that they're just able to work picks over and over again is kind of alarming, because it's not like any crazy plays have been made. It's just Noob Slayers swinging and getting punished early on. Having Trist fall multiple rounds is a little bit alarming. He's struggling to get anything going on this roam. I'm sure he'll swap off his operator of Thunderbird to maybe, hopefully, a Wamai. I'm hoping. We've been asking for it for a while. He's really contemplating the decision, but instead he'll just stay on the Thunderbird.
Just pack a punch Thunderbird, I guess.
Yep, pack a punch it, make it even stronger. Now he gets 4 nitros. Crazy. Replace the Kona stations with nitro in the back pocket.
I mean, there's still a critical issue. They're once again going to put a million ADSs there on this door. And if you look at ECLECTIQ, who has a Zof and 3 flash, it's just, you know, the mathematics.
And still 6 nades.
And the impacts from the Zof, which we just ain't even considering it, is something that can be used to clear Ebola, which is possible. I don't know. Obviously, Noob Slayers, the strat book isn't this 1,000-page Bible.
They can also just nade Ebola from below.
You can just impact from below. I mean, there's a million ways to deal with this. Obviously, Noob Slayers doesn't have this Bible of strategy, you know, considering the circumstances. It would be very ridiculous if they did. They don't. ECLECTIQ's honestly the more established team. We shouldn't be surprised that they're showing that they're capable of dealing with these setups. This is stuff these guys have been scrimming for a while now.
Yeah.
They're war ready, C-Daps. These are rookies no more. They're grown adults.
They've got all that experience in the world. And will they be experienced enough to check that close corner of Classroom that Stove is in? Vapoa also right next to him. That's where MX Reaper is going to shine. Down goes the Malusi early as once again, in the first 40 seconds of the round, ECLECTIQ own it. Sure, Stove is still in Classroom and could potentially get an aggro shot, but instead he's going to peek right into the pre-fire of Z. And now it's 3 kills, just more and more. It's a waterfall domino effect. Just pick after pick after pick after pick for ECLECTIQ on their attack. Is now it doesn't matter what they do. They can slow down, they can take their time, they can push these positions however they so desire, because they have a 5-2 man advantage. If they just trade, you just trade. It's so easy.
Oh, Connor.
It's math.
Don't forget who they're playing against.
That is true.
Now, I've seen the bingo, are you ready for this clip? Enough times that just trade isn't necessarily always the good idea against this guy. Obviously, this is a totally different context, and I would wager the ECLECTIQ guys are feeling themselves right now. Trist will actually get a headshot, but it's Penguin to 1v4. 1v2 make it somehow, but he runs out of ammunition. And he does not have slug round, unfortunately, and he's not on the main stairs of Oregon like the good old days. He's not going to find the other two. And ECLECTIQ, meanwhile, will be going to match point, and perhaps taking the Noob Slayers back to school.
Yep, it wasn't enough for Noob Slayers to be in Classroom. They seemingly need to learn to not peek ECLECTIQ. Just a couple of different ways. They got to pay for it in blood, as once again, it's just been every round of the attack for ECLECTIQ that they have dominated this early round in their transition. It's just so easy. There's only so much that your 2 side anchors can do when you have 5 people sprinting at them from different angles. The roamers, they need to either fall back to site earlier or play together. It's just been a series of 1v1s for these entries who have intel. They're following drones. They have cutoffs. They have ideas of where these players are. They can pre-fire. They can do everything. They have superior weapons. You're not going to win these engagements early on against players like MX Reaper and Z just pushing in early.
But I want to tell you once more, CDAP, these guys are allergic to OMI. They're not going to play behind shields and corners. Clearly, Noob Slayers have determined that is not the most effective tactic available to them or their team. So they're opting to play more aggressive. We're not seeing an alibi come out even. And clearly, ECLECTIQ's ready for that too, so I would say that the momentum needle has shifted violently in the other direction based off of those facts. We'll see. I mean, we do have an adventurous little floor hole in that stage wall, which is something we saw out of ECLECTIQ on their defense as well. It's not the most crazy thing. Matter of fact, I think they just straight up copied it. There's a shield on stage as well, the same way ECLECTIQ had it. So we'll see how it works out for them, because ECLECTIQ had a Wamai.
Yep.
And they still couldn't hold that spot down. It got cleared instantly. So without it, Triss has some shadow clones. Those don't eat grenades. So that spot is going to be hell on earth play. Obviously, ECLECTIQ's going to work on Addict to get rid of Dally out of that position where he is. But I guess that's an opportunity. Dally is not having the greatest game at this juncture, but he could perhaps make a play on this Mav. That could change the game in their favor, but otherwise, I'm struggling to see where it's going to come from.
Yeah, unless it's like a triple push through Attic or some sort of aggression towards Green Hall, something's going to have to change for the Noob Slayers defense, because they've proven that if they get rolled, they'll get rolled over in sight, and anything early has been in the way of ECLECTIQ. But right now, this has been pretty much the latest we've gotten into the round with it being even. So with Noob Slayers playing a little bit more passive, could see some different results, especially when Z, he's just going to fall to Dolly. He's finally getting something going. Duke is here for the refrag, but that Cam will spot out his position. No longer has the drop factor over towards the Zofia of Duke, and Goons no longer has a whole lot of life inside of his body. A lot of damage going down as MX Reaper almost falls to Trist on the MX4. And in one swing, a couple more shots to the side, steps, could almost land the kill onto Goons. But instead, it'll be Semi to finish off Stove and Trist into a DB&O state.
Saying that Eclectic's maybe biting off more than they can chew, trying to push into armory, trying to push the basement, but it looks like they've consolidated back into tower, into stage. And naturally the kills have come on top of that. Pingu pinched into this corner. Again, keep in mind he has absolutely 0 burn, but he's gonna just murder Duke, and Goons will go down as well. With Semi and MX Reaper, who's worked his way into Green Hall and found a multi-kill. Semi from the tower stairs will find Pingu, who was last seen tucked in that and well. That's an easy cleanup for Eclectic. They take how many rounds in a row? 5 in a row against Noob Slayers, all on attack. Or
their attack half was very, very strong. Because I wouldn't even say the Noob Slayers were like horrible on defense. Those weren't rounds that the defense was losing. Those were rounds that the attack was winning.
They didn't have any answer.
Nope.
They just kind of, oh, we play static, we get slammed. Oh, we push them and try to roam against them and disrespect them on the roam. Can't do it. Eclectic they were just immovable object on attack, which is saying something on Oregon, especially against.
No, yes, they were an unstoppable force on the attack.
Yeah, sure. It's like saying
immovable object would be defense. CJ, come on.
Are you just gonna be the actually meme?
I am.
Yes, it was an unstoppable force. You happy?
Yes, very.
It's. I don't even remember what I was gonna say. Oh, I guess it's also the fact that I mean, I actually forgot what I was gonna say.
Well, at the end of the day, down goes Pengu. That is their first loss. Eclectic, they stay undefeated, 3-0 so far. Maybe gonna have a flawless first day.
Maybe. Perhaps. Either way, it was a treat.
MX Reaper played phenomenally, too.
Yeah, he was definitely, he had the athleticism to compete.
The athleticism was definitely there. And you know, you would almost say he's backpacking. Does he need to go to a chiropractor or something, CJ?
No, he just needs a Mavix gaming chair.
See? He just needs a beautiful chair with all those critical ergonomics. The new M4 gaming chair, you can get one as low as $22.22 per month. And if you use code NSG55 at checkout, you get $55 off to make sure your back doesn't hurt from carrying your team.
Which, I guess that's what I was going to say. I remember sort of, Pingu's kind of carrying a little bit. Seemed like everybody else from Noob Slayers, they were the noobs getting slayed. And then
I would just say
dropping
Eclectic
numbers.
are a pretty dang good team. I think they're going to qual again. Or at least I hope so. They're fun to watch.
You think so?
They're fun to watch.
You're,
I like
you're going
them.
that far?
I will go that far. But do you know where else we can go? We can go to Warrior R6's stream with Emergence. They've got a good game going on.
This is the new Son of Finn. Still on Emergence, ain't he?
I think so.
He's on the new Emergence with like Lauren and.
Lauren is not playing with them on the squall.
I mean, so much for a Twitter announcement. We're just not even going to live up to it.
Yeah.
She
had prior commitments. Okay.
My point is in sight.
Gory?
Oh my gosh, his mic is very gainy.
Is he like tilting?
I don't know. He was
It's
eating
like
that mic.
Did he just like eat his mic because he's tired of his
he
teammates?
And somebody was
And he,
supposed to
like, shook
decipher
it.
that.
He shook his head. So honestly, the body language right now does not look good. I wonder what happened. I'd love some context.
Maybe they threw a big lead. I don't know. But
I mean,
apparently, Oregon is just attacker-sided.
Tarp door. He's super hurt. Inland hall.
Oh, they're playing against the collegiate stack. Oh, Spaz.
He's in pillar.
What the? So my man Warrior just looked around at the spider on the ceiling. That's Yito. I think he's related to Yeti. I want to say. I'm 99% sure he is. They're like brothers or cousins or something. And Skiboza?
Wait, no,
What?
this is rated. Skiboza is back with rated.
Skiboza.
Yeah,
and
the
Yito.
name Skiboza.
What is? He just planted in the rotate. Or was he crouch walking?
It would have
What was
been a
that?
nice post plan position, but now it's not.
What? Just planted in the corner. Now this is winnable for whoever this last
Cordell.
Cordell.
Right here.
He didn't shoot the drone, so I think they hear he went hallway surely, right?
No, he's invisible. He's on
invisible.
visual scan.
Look at Warrior in his camera. He's like biting his toenail or fingernails. Biting his toenails. Can you imagine?
Yeah. He's very flexible.
What is that dude?
Oh, I think he glitched through the wall.
Anyway,
Fuck is he shooting at?
now we got Yeti's little cousin and Ski Boza.
Do you think that strat will work?
Yes.
This is totally different from the.
100%.
They're saying it will work. It will work. All right.
Let's see the pocket strap
So close.
come out.
Why do I feel like this is totally different from
Yeah, I don't.
the emergence that was announced?
Yeah,
Like,
I think
totally
it
different.
is. I remember Cordell, Warrior, and Son of Finn, but I don't remember J-Ram and Perseus.
One more round. We go OT. We got this.
We got defense.
Perseus.
as well.
Perseus.
Isn't that like a Call of Duty villain?
I think so.
What was that Tifana do?
I don't know. The bomb was wild, bro. God.
They're gonna run it back on the basement, CJ.
You were very close.
They had last round. They just
I mean, we played
You know.
pretty well right there.
Warrior looked at. I don't know. He like looked away.
Yeah, that was just unlucky. He got timinged.
Did he
That was
hear
his own
something?
timing.
Did he hear something above him? And he was like, "Whoop!"
I don't
He like
think
legit
we're
looked away.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I have Maluzi set up on Tarp Store, on fucking
Yeah, unfortunate for him.
Long Haul, and one.
Let's see if Warrior can get anything going early round.
Fuck, I got a good split.
I don't think you're gonna have time.
You want freezer open, right?
We'll just live with it first.
Yeah, I have
Yeah,
back.
freeze it for
Yeah, Jake.
It's open.
Sounds like small tower.
Yeah, it's looking like they're normal up there.
Oh, master maybe?
They opened main double. They shot the cam. They're droning out shower right now. Diana.
Here, I can make a rotate on kitchen if you want.
I shot one cam on main.
That scared me.
Yeah, I told you I was.
Okay,
I
go for
heard.
it.
I just
I'm on your armory
scared
cam.
the shit out of me.
Do you know if they top white yet?
They're joining
No
kitchen.
idea.
Heard.
No info white. Cordell, I have your armory.
Ash dead.
Ooh.
Good fucking night.
Okay, Warrior, I see you.
Listen, I got your left swing, okay?
Yana's on showers. Yana's on showers.
Down clone kitchen.
Yo,
They're still
main
dining.
sound call.
They don't call him Warrior for nothing.
Main sound
Nope.
heard.
Heard.
That was a disgusting shot, though.
Downstairs, Tabana.
I mean, this is a full blown Rome R6 right here.
There's one showers right now. Sounds like they air jabbed off top freezer.
Are you still watching it right now?
Whenever I see somebody knife peek like that, it's just like, nope, not peeking that. I'm not holding that angle anymore. I'm about to get smoked.
Oh, it in security. Who made that hole? Yep, done that.
One's in Z, one's in security.
That's case down. Case down. Case down.
I
Oh,
We
yeah.
got a full
Case.
blown.
Ooh.
We got a full blown engagement going on all fronts of the map.
Yes, I have T1 cam.
I can't go
Warrior
down
just
white.
put his
I can't
hands
go
up.
up diamond.
Mental is
I don't know.
chalked.
Jake, just smoke it.
One was in security.
Bomb freezer, bomb freezer, bomb freezer.
Bottom
Hurt?
freezer and bottom
Monkey
main.
freezer?
Jake,
Shot
just stay
default.
alive.
Smoke yourself out if you have to, dude.
Make noise, Jake.
Freezer.
What?
Two remain.
It's a good flank. I guess he didn't hear the air jab being shot.
Imagine a Vigil just flanks everything and wins the round.
Play
What?
together.
Let's go, Cordell.
Wow,
What?
Cordell. Wow.
Good job.
If I did that on Vigil, I would have just,
Stay alive there. I didn't want to.
I would just died instantly.
Good shit, Cordell.
Oh.
Good job, boys.
Great
I
play.
got my.
Cordell has that content creator energy going.
Okay, what do
Yeah.
we feel like doing here? We could go
Let's
back
go
to
kids, let's go
the
kids.
kids and do that same
Yeah.
kind of hold potentially.
Yeah.
Is this a Panbazoo video or a?
Both showers, like, just
or a
that- that-
T3
by
match?
the default cam, like, you don't have to necessarily
Panba.
play it.
Always
Just hold that
shooting
together,
people in the
you know?
back.
Yeah, for sure.
Panba clip.
I don't know if it'll help y'all, but just so you know, I'm gonna open up
Warrior,
E-box.
give me 1 ADS down there.
Where?
Okay, that'll work. That'll
On the
work.
shield. On the shield and
Jeremy, you
shower
might be able
wall.
to might be able to peek holes for Z. That's how they got us last time.
I
They're
don't think
walking
they're
in
gonna
from
go
the on our
small
back.
again. I don't think they're gonna go small again. I really.
Yeah,
Well,
are
it's
you
okay.
gonna-
If we hold small, we win because these guys obviously don't want to take master at all. They don't have enough util.
And real quick. Okay, so if someone can either play my bottom laundry stairs instead of playing his green hall this time, play like the bottom laundry or something like
Okay,
that.
I
Or
can do
or
that.
if somebody else wants to rotate off site. Only thing we risk there.
This guy reminds me of. He reminds me of Jolton if he was like
What they did to get me is they went to Z.
Honestly,
well-mannered.
you just barricade like
You hear it?
top main door to trophy and the master door to trophy.
Yeah,
Not a bad idea. I think it's good. Yeah, go for it.
I can hear it.
He sounds like Jolton's brother.
I think it's just the mic. I think he has the exact
Yeah,
same
okay,
mic
so
as
I
Joel.
did that.
Okay, I'll make you Z holes.
So we go barricade the trophy doors to main and master.
Listen, 2 cams down. They had cams on main door. They might do a
Might
fucking.
need okay, gotcha. I might need help on these walls and dining.
I'm here. I'm coming.
Can you get those two on the
Which
other
ones?
side? The dining walls to server. Dining walls to
Oh
server.
shit.
Get
I
one, I'll
was
get the
the
other.
server.
Oh, to yeah, you know me.
The small
The other
car,
one.
Yeah. They got street cam. They did not take out junk. I think move
Okay,
utility.
master
Move
clip.
utility.
Jake, can you
I'm
make me
moving
hold
my
the
shield.
impact trick to the wall?
Just run the back, honestly.
I don't want to hit this.
Grab your ADS.
That should,
Yeah,
that
I
should
did.
work, Evan. Let me know if it doesn't.
Yeah, I'm on big window. They're hitting breach already.
Did you impact?
Okay, so sounds like a main.
It's still muted.
One kitchen, maybe. Do we have holes?
We have the hatch.
We don't have any floor holes.
Are they small?
We have the in kitchen. In kitchen.
Sure, I'm not
Here,
sure.
you peek that warrior.
They're joining. Yo, they have shower. Yo, Cordell, they have
Oh,
cam.
yeah.
From shower zone.
I don't see it.
They got attic. Okay, attic's open. Attic is open.
Okay.
I'm moving
The
this
cheeky
shield.
angle towards Green Hall.
Got the draw hole.
It's open. Warrior, watch out.
I'm on your shower cam, Cordell. Just chill.
I might be able to run up main. I'm gonna run up main.
They have breach device.
Didn't see anybody.
Impact. Nice.
Impact trick.
Good job, man.
Yo, I'm on the boost and kids. I'm on the boost.
Not calling the site. Got it.
I still have C4 below I can play with. If you
Did it
like,
see
if they
me
go
there?
attic or if they're in.
Is breach open? Is breach open?
There's a head hole.
Wait,
Okay.
there's a head hole.
Heard.
They have
Drone
attic
coming to
open.
white. Hold our bottom white, Cordell.
It's intense.
They
This is
droned me
intense.
attic.
And it's overtime.
Did you jump in?
They're just playing their shields as intensively as they can right now.
I still have C4. I still have C4.
Yana's on breach right now.
One pit. Trophy.
We have a C4 below.
I'm gonna wait for the white guy and then I'm gonna go C4 breach.
Okay.
8 drones dead. This is biblical.
You can rat out.
I swear to God, I hear someone pit.
They have 2 shields looking at both avenues of approach.
Shield warrior.
Nice shot.
There's no way they lose this defense.
We're chilling.
I'm getting wall banned.
Trophy.
Just chill out, warrior. Chill
I
out.
got wall
this.
banned. I'm getting wall banned.
Trophy.
I'm still waiting for the white guy. I haven't seen him yet.
I mean, they took their sweet time killing that shield.
Drop hit.
But they did kill it.
Trophy. Trophy dead.
Okay, I'm going down.
One more trophy.
C4 in breach.
Warriors finally bouncing back this round.
Quarter banging me. Last one's on
Nice
bottom right.
5v1.
Done.
Shower. He ran. Kitchen.
Yeah, he's just kitchen.
I'm gonna rotate to main.
Good round, boys. Good round.
It was slightly perturbing that the attackers took attic and then did not use the dorm's repel.
Mm-hmm.
And then it took 10,000 years to get the shield. So these guys just sat there and waited, and they won. That's my analysis from this point of view.
Yes.
Solid.
Yo, great kill on that guy.
I concur.
And warrior, good kill on that guy in trophy.
I feel like Young Boy would have done better on that attack. That was pretty mid.
It was
But I
pretty
guess a
mid.
strong defense
Yeah,
from
I'm-
Emergence.
Like, I had to play there.
Wait, who are the
because-
collegiate players? You said I see a North Texas guy.
And I'm like,
Listen. Oh, go ahead.
no, you're good. I was finished.
I'm gonna
Okay.
stick to 0.
Is the other team collegiate?
Here's what threw.
No, this is rated gaming.
Rounds for us. We played kills instead of plant. Let's
I
play
thought it was
plant.
rated university or something.
This is
Let's play
looking
the
like
plan.
basement.
No.
Yeah, absolutely.
We go from
Chance to
small
make
tower.
Or
over.
Rutgers.
Yep.
Jake, you'll clear out.
Now
the
we
top.
played
Rutgers
small tower
Rainbow
a lot,
Six
just
Siege.
letting you know.
That's fine.
They only
Yeah.
did that one round.
Let's just go with what's working because they're not
Yeah,
really
for sure.
innovating like what we are. Like they're not
Yeah.
even remotely.
Hey
trying
Jake,
to
I would
try.
honestly just shoot a 0 cam inside of attic instead of a drone.
Hey, active
Yeah.
drones, watch goo mines. Those fuck us up on entry points, okay? So just spot them out if we can.
They had 2 guys flank
On
us last
junkyard,
time.
by the way, guys.
On
I still think,
junkyard.
I'm just gonna point out too. Like, I still think if there's a guy we have active intel on and he's just sitting in a corner, like we kill that dude.
Yep, I
Sounds
got
good.
you. I'm
So we
down
can
with
make
that
it-
philosophy.
We won't have the lion stand though.
Yeah, I'm down with that philosophy.
fine,
That used
that's
to be
fine.
my philosophy. So
So we're doing main freezer or
Small
not?
tower.
Small tower.
Small tower, full map.
We have some breaking news from across the pond on our
I got your front
One
door.
more round.
beautiful alternate
we
stream.
got this.
In a OT barn burner, West Garfield has taken the
Random
victory.
freezer, getting a server hatch now. Sound call.
The verses?
One
Or did they just take the victory?
They just took the victory.
Heard?
He did not go back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
He's
took the
playing- he's in
victory.
classroom or something.
Mhm.
I can't.
Can
I-
we-
Thank you for that breaking epic. Silent Patience took a
they punched
victory.
out a window or something. Watch you run
They took out in control, but not the in control. That's in
It was over
control.
Shadow
They took out-
Realm, which was Millies and
Dining section,
Sheba,
Be careful.
Yeah.
who are gamers.
Showers is clear.
Okay.
Kitchen is
Shower
I mean, Silent Patience beat the brakes out of
One's playing top freezer, holding the head angle.
Yusuke and Bone and Rafi.
He's not holding the.
They got the work.
Jaeger's in trophy right now. Jaeger's in trophy.
Kitchen's clear, your
Okay,
immediate
he
green
cannot
hall
come
is
down. He
clear.
cannot come
Yes.
down. He cannot come down.
Yep.
He's on armory stairs.
Air Rise. Air Rise minus
He's on armory stairs. He is.
with
cannot
no
come
Brazil.
down.
Yep, with no Brazilians.
They beat Wichita Academy.
I'm playing green hall.
That's good.
But
And I think they have
New-
PKers instead of
Do
JJ.
you guys need me to
In
help?
Downstairs.
But still,
Air
like,
Rise.
Trev
He's
Max
on armory right now.
Skunky,
He should
big
be an armory
guy.
trophy or master.
Yeah, I'm
The
gonna drone
boys.
So
him.
what?
I can drone
They have
him
two
out.
academies. They have Wichita Academy and then Wichita Academy
Yeah, they have
Academy.
red and they have Wichita Academy red and Wichita
Not
Academy
master.
black.
Not armory trophy or master.
He's gotta be
That's
up
not
there.
confusing at all.
He's gotta
Yep.
be up there.
They have a main team,
No, there's not
2
two
academy
guys.
teams, and a women's
No
team.
TC rotate. He's gotta be up here, boys.
I'm up here on white.
Where's the money
I
coming
mean,
from?
Can we drone?
When they tell you it's a
Little deeper droning.
when they
He's
tell
like
you it's a
droning.
wolf
He's in
pack,
the closet of
It's a
master.
whole
He's in armory.
pack.
He's in armory.
they were not
Heard,
lying.
heard.
He
Turn
shot the
them
cam.
I'm
We
coming
have to
out.
hurry with this though. We have
I
to
don't think I've actually heard of that. 2 academy teams at once.
Minute 30.
Even back in the day, disrupt those ridiculous T3 rosters. Oh, Skiboza.
Bye, Skiboza. Skiboza is one of like the most legendary names ever. Skiboza.
I'm holding freezer.
Yeah, I mean it's extra funny when he dies like that.
Or
Nice.
dead.
Oh,
And then they just kill AX.
Oh, no LMG on the Finca. Interesting choice.
Head to freezer. Okay, I'm gonna
I love that
Warrior,
LMG.
You're gonna play the back stairs, okay?
And Disrupt had
Did someone get
an
a
academy and a main team, but I don't think I've ever seen Academy. That is actually a first in Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six.
Watch for goose.
Well, it's because their first academy team is of age, and then their second is underage, I guess. I don't know. They could get 2 teams into SIA.
25 seconds left.
Should be interesting.
I got a drone. Hold
If
on.
they get all 3.
They got a mirror on
No,
shower?
Turf.
What if the Academy
Go freezer then. We can't
They're
go
puts in
underage.
some 18 play? What if they have some 18 players though? So they have 2 academies that are 18
They're
players.
on different sides of the bracket, and they make it. That'd be crazy.
But what if they play each other?
No time.
A Warrior is just going bibliosis right now.
Yep.
Oh,
That's why I said Warrior's a gunner, bro.
He's in supply.
He
he's
almost
about to
smoked
ice
his
it.
teammate.
Rotate.
Planting default.
Rotate, laundry, rotate, laundry.
Let's go, boys.
Yep. Is that a 4K?
That's how we
And a
fucking
boy.
do it.
And a boy Warrior.
Great game.
Good shit, good shit, good shit. Way to get the momentum back.
okay.
It was a barn burner. I think this is one of the last games to wrap up.
Somalia and didn't ask. Still playing.
Yep, as well as protagonist Alice Vendetta and Lycus Empire Sinai Village.
Yeah. We don't have an update for that game at this juncture.
Do not.
So yeah. All in all, competitive rounds, interesting results. We have one more tonight, by the way. We're
One more.
not finished.
And after this qual, we're not even finished. We got a whole second one coming up. January 14th through the 16th. That's next weekend. Type exclamation point play in chat if you want the link to sign up. Spots will go fast. It'll fill up quickly. If you want your shot at the Pro-Am, the 5K, this whole month of Siege coming up for Stage 2, better get in there.
That's
But-
right.
And with that, we are going to toss it to a quick intermission because we got no more games. We got to wait for this bracket to finish. We will be there to make sure
Yeah.
that we pick a good game. It's being a long day, and I'm getting there.